Rivals, intellectuals, and even former allies fell victim to his brutality. Secret police and military units roamed the streets, abducting citizens in the dead of night. The infamous State Research Bureau became a symbol of fear, its name whispered in terror across the nation. Amin's methods were not just brutal, they were often bizarre. He would personally oversee executions, sometimes making a spectacle of his cruelty. His infamous purges targeted entire ethnic groups, and his disdain for the educated elite led to the massacre of doctors, lawyers, and teachers. The rivers of Uganda ran red with blood, and mass graves dotted the countryside. His personal life, the turbulent relationships. Amin's personal life was as tumultuous as his political career. He married at least 6 women and fathered over 40 children. His relationships were marked by jealousy, violence, and scandal. His second wife, Idi Amin, met a tragic and mysterious end. Her body found dismembered in the trunk of a car. Some say she was murdered on Amin's orders, a victim of his uncontrollable rage. These personal tragedies only seemed to fuel his instability. His behavior became increasingly erratic, with reports of lavish parties, bizarre pronouncements, and grotesque displays of power. At one point, he even proclaimed himself the King of Scotland and demanded to be addressed as His Excellency President for Life, Field Marshal Alhaji Dr. Idi Amin Dada. The Tanzania invasion, the beginning of the end. In 1978, Amin's ambitions led him to make a fatal mistake. In an attempt to distract from internal turmoil, he launched an unprovoked invasion of neighboring Tanzania. The move backfired spectacularly. Tanzania, under President Julius Nyerere, responded with a full-scale counterattack, supported by Ugandan exiles eager to see Amin's downfall. The Ugandan army, demoralized and poorly led, crumbled in the face of the Tanzanian advance. By April 1979, Amin's forces had been routed, and Kampala fell to the liberating troops. Amin fled the country, first to Libya and then to Saudi Arabia, where he would live out the rest of his days in relative obscurity. His exile and death, the final years. In exile, Amin led a quiet, almost mundane life. Far from the grandeur and terror of his reign, he spent his days in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, living off the charity of the Saudi royal family. He was rarely seen in public, and his attempts to return to Uganda were rebuffed. In 2003, at the age of 78, Idi Amin died of multiple organ failure. There was no grand funeral, no monuments erected in his honor. His body was buried in a simple grave, far from the land he once ruled with an iron fist. His legacy, a nation's wounds. The legacy of Idi Amin is a scar that still marks Uganda to this day. His regime left the country economically devastated and socially fractured. Families are still searching for the remains of loved ones who vanished during his rule, and the wounds of his tyranny run deep. But there is also a story of resilience and hope. Uganda has emerged from the shadows of Amin's dictatorship, rebuilding itself and striving towards a brighter future. The lessons of his reign serve as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of oppression. As we close this chapter of history, we are left to reflect on the true cost of tyranny. What drives a man to such depths of cruelty? How does a nation heal from such profound trauma? Idi Amin's story is more than just a tale of a dictator. It is a cautionary tale for all of us. What do you think about this story? What do you think about the man? As you ponder these questions, I want to invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters in this ongoing dialogue about justice, accountability, and the human spirit's resilience against oppression. If you love this video, don't forget to subscribe to help this new channel grow.